Jazz. Welcome, hip cats, groovy chicks. Welcome to the Jazz Ranch. Here it's winter time and the horses are in hibernation. Anyway, you know, I have a special program for you this evening. It's my series, continuing my series on great licks. And I picked out one of my favorite pianists, Wynton Kelly. And I hope you dig him because that's what tonight is all about. In other words, his couple of phrases that he played in a blues. So we're going to be using a blues, jazz blues here. And I have a couple of really interesting quotes. First one is this: the musician is perhaps the most modest of animals, but he is also the proudest. It is he who invented the sublime art of ruining poetry. That comes from Eric Satie. Okay, now guess who the last one's from? Here we go. I've been imitated so well, I've heard people copy my mistakes. That came from Jimi Hendrix. Okay, so now here we go with some great licks on a blues by the great pianist Wynton Kelly. Here we go. Starting out, I've always been a big fan of Wynton Kelly's, and you know, I think the first album I heard him on was with Wes Montgomery. And then I went to New York when I was 18. I heard him at the Blue Note, the original Blue Note, and I heard his trio, and he has always been an influence on me in terms of how do you swing. In other words, I think of him as one of the most swinging of the piano players ever. You know, in the highest rank of swinging players. And what does that mean? Well, he plays right in the pocket of the groove. In other words, he's relaxed, and yet he plays these lines which are just so swinging. You know, like he has this... it's somehow how he accents this, and then he goes... He does these triplets a lot. You know, he does this figures that are not easy to finger. Like, how do you get that? You know, so that's why it's good to learn this solo. And he always has these turns. You know. And then he has this. Then he has this triplet figure. And he does it so comfortably and so much in the groove. I tried to emulate that when I was playing on it. But then he has these things like this. So it's kind of like bluesy. He does that. Those grace notes give it a blues feel. So he's always got this blues thing happening in his playing, but he's swinging really hard. You know, and then he goes. So his accents, it's all about how he phrases the phrase. In other words, where are the accents? You know, you have to really listen to the phrase. It's not even. It's not like. It's like one. I can't really do it, but one. Yeah, it's not easy for a white guy to play like him. But anyway. The point is, if you listen to Wynton Kelly and try to figure it out, I'm going to try to help you with this solo to show you how he is able to swing so hard the way he does swing. And it's so relaxed. The whole thing, you have to be relaxed, but you have to have this focus and you have to have the phrasing exactly right to get that feel. So I wanted to give you a lick by Wynton Kelly, and I got one from an album he did with Wes Montgomery and Milt Jackson called Meets Wes. And it's a blues called Blue Roz. Now, what could be better than to hear Wynton Kelly on a blues? So I picked this particular solo, and I'm going to give you maybe 24 bars of it, and then break it down into a couple of specific licks. You can choose which one you like, but I consider them classic Wynton Kelly licks. And it's not easy to play in his style because he swings so hard, and he's so unique of a pianist. And he was the perfect pianist to be playing with these cats back in the 50s and 60s. He played with Miles, of course, on Kind of Blue. And nobody swings exactly like Wynton Kelly. I mean, his solos, when you listen to him, you can recognize him right away just by the swinging feel that he gets. And it's a certain way that he phrases, and sort of, I think of it as a certain bounce he gets in his groove. It's a very happy kind of feeling that he gets. And he's such in a pocket, and he's relaxed. He's behind the beat, relaxing, but he plays these incredible phrases. And I'm going to show you a couple of them, the licks that I like in particular. Okay, so the two licks now, the first one is this one. That's the way you have to practice them. You have to practice them very emphatically. And then try to put them into... Now I have to get the fingering, right? What are you going to do with this? What I did was I shifted there to the thumb. Put me into position here. So I could go here. Right? You have to get that. See, the fingering is paramount here. Thumb, right? Thumb, maybe thumb again. Third finger. Third. That was a difficult phrase to learn. Now the next one is this one. Right? So it involves taking the phrase very slowly, getting the right fingering, forget about the rhythm or the feel of it, then put it into a groove. It's not easy, but if you practice it enough, you will get there. And then what you do is you emulate that style. You know, so I go... and so on. I want you to understand the importance of the process of practicing a song or practicing a solo like this, and the importance is to be able to slow it down almost to the slowest tempo possible that you need to play it, and even out of tempo in order to get the notes. So I have to play like this. You know, I might have to even take it slower than that. I'm not even thinking about the rhythm yet. And then maybe... And then this one. This is a difficult one. It goes... I have to jump up there. You can do it like this. Whatever fingering works for you. It might be like... like that. You have to practice that. Here's the difficult phrase here. that one I had to really practice a lot, like this. And get the right fingering, right? So how do I connect those phrases, like from here? I had to go up here, like, get the thumb there, and then, what am I going to do? 4, 1. I have to get the 4, 1. You see. See, after you know, enough times, repetitions. Whatever you find for fingering. This is the key to the whole thing, is you have to practice these lines until you can get them up this tempo, but starting out like this, very emphatically. Repetitions over and over again, 60 times, they told me in school. 60 times you have to play that phrase, then you'll have it down. And you will have mastered it. And you won't believe it, you will have mastered it 60 times. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch, and thanks for watching. And if you want the score to this video, I have the complete solo that Wynton Kelly played on this song written out for you on my website for free. So just go to my website and you can find it under music downloads. Now, until next time, I will say, in the words of my great friend Hermie Dressel up there, swing loose, and we hope to see you soon. Be cool. Bye-bye.